Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Venezuela's President Nicolás Maduro has extended an olive branch to US President Donald Trump, proposing serious talks on combating drug trafficking and offering US companies ready access to Venezuelan oil. Maduro said Venezuela was a brother country to the United States and a friendly government. He noted that when he and Trump last spoke in November, the US president had acknowledged his authority by addressing him as Mr. President. Emanuele Gallipini, a 16-year-old Italian international golfer who lived in Dubai, has been named as the first of several possible victims from Italy to be identified after a New Year's Eve bar fire in the Swiss ski resort of Caen, Montana. The Italian Golf Federation said it mourns the passing of Emanuele Gallipini, a young athlete who carried with him passion and genuine values. Italy's ambassador to Switzerland said earlier that 6 Italians were missing and 13 were in hospital receiving treatment for their injuries. At least 9 people have died and more than 200 have been hospitalized in the Indian city of Indore after a diarrhea outbreak that officials said was linked to contaminated drinking water. Kailash Vijayvargiya, a lawmaker, said 9 people had died in Indore. Indore's chief medical officer said drinking water was contaminated due to a leak, and a water test had confirmed the presence of bacteria in the pipeline. US President Donald Trump has said that if Iran shoots and violently kills peaceful protesters, the United States of America will come to their rescue. This follows the deaths of several people as Iran's biggest protests in 3 years over economic hardship turned violent across multiple provinces. The clashes between protesters and security forces mark a significant escalation in the unrest that has spread across the country since shopkeepers began protesting on Sunday over the government's handling of a sharp currency slide and rapidly rising prices. Canada's transport regulator has asked Air India to investigate an incident of a pilot who was removed from a plane before it was due to take off and found to be under the influence of alcohol. A person familiar with the matter said 2 breathalyzer tests conducted by Canadian police at Vancouver International Airport showed the pilot was unfit for duty. Air India said an alternate pilot was brought in to operate the flight. Democrat Zohran Mamdani has become New York City's mayor, vowing during a public swearing-in ceremony on the steps of City Hall to enact an aggressive agenda aimed at making the nation's largest city more affordable for working people. In a speech following his public swearing-in, Mamdani, a member of his party's left-wing Democratic Socialist faction, promoted core campaign promises of universal childcare, affordable rents, and free bus service. He said he was elected as a Democratic Socialist and will govern as a Democratic Socialist. Venezuela's government has freed 88 more people detained after protests that followed the South American nation's July 2024 election, marking the second mass release in as many weeks amid US pressure on the government of President Nicolás Maduro. The New Year's Day release follows the government's announcement that it released 99 people on December 26th, which would bring a total of 187 people released in 2 weeks. Russia and Ukraine accused each other of targeting civilians over the new year, with Moscow reporting a deadly strike on a hotel in territory it occupies in southern Ukraine, while Kyiv said there had been another broad attack on its power supplies. Ukrainian President Zelensky alleged over 200 attack drones were launched onto Ukraine in the night. Russia accused Ukraine of killing at least 24 people, including a child, in a drone strike on a hotel and cafe. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.